More stormy weather on the horizon. I'll break down the forecast coming up, but your news starts right now.
More than 100 local Caterpillar employees are losing their jobs in less than 2 weeks. I'm live outside the East Peoria campus where workers just received the news, and I'll have the details coming up.
Country Life tickets have lost their value, and getting your money back might not be so easy. I'm Rachel Kay, and I'll tell you what information you want to share with your credit card company when you call.
And putting a stop to painkiller abuse. I'll show you the new locking mechanism helping keeping prescription pills out of the wrong hands.
Good evening. More than 100 Caterpillar employees in Central Illinois soon will be out of a job.
Today, Big Yellow told a group of its employees they are getting laid off at the end of this month. We go now to Marvis Herring for more information on this decision.
Yeah, he's live outside one of the CAT buildings in East Peoria where these cuts are soon taking place. Marvis?
Guys, I'm live here in East Peoria near Building NN. One of the people who works inside actually called our WMBD newsroom this afternoon, first alerting us of the cuts. He says he's one of the people CAT is laying off, and Caterpillar officials tell me they're laying off about 120 people, all in production roles. Things built on the East Peoria campus are for the mining and construction industry, and CAT officials tell WMBD this decision is to bring production in line with demand. It's the same reasoning they gave for prior layoffs at this same location earlier this year. That was back in January when they laid off, about 100 full-time workers right here at this East Peoria campus. Also, it's the same reasoning that they gave for laying off about 100 workers in Decatur, and that was last month. But these newly announced layoffs take effect in less than 2 weeks, and they'll be indefinite, and Caterpillar officials tell us they're working with those affected to provide support services. Today, we're reporting live right now in East Peoria. I'm Marvis Herring. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Marvis. Continuing to track severe weather. Mother Nature forcing the city of Peoria to get creative to protect the riverfront from flooding. The waters now sit over 22 feet high and are projected to crest to 25 feet over the weekend. 2 years ago, the city saw record-breaking flooding, with the water climbing to 30 feet. Although this year's flooding isn't projected to be that high, the city is building a temporary flood wall to keep businesses and the upcoming riverfront activities dry.
The main thing here, I do want to reiterate, this is all about trying to keep our businesses fully operational through this period. This is a very important time for our city with the Steamboat Days, 4th of July coming up, so we want to be as proactive as possible.
The Department of Public Works stopped other projects to work on the flood wall. The project is expected to cost around $100,000 and should be finished by tomorrow afternoon.
And as the water levels go up, the Peoria Public Works Department is looking for other opinions about handling the rain. The One Water Wet Weather Program talked about the flooding along the Illinois River at its meeting today, but it also focused on the importance of some other projects. Groups ranked 12 different situations from low priority to high, giving the department a better feel of what the public wants. They say creating a diverse group of opinions makes their department stronger.
Sometimes, we get stuck in our own little box and we don't realize the bigger picture. Sometimes we're so close to the issue that what we think is important, is from a technical standpoint, but there might be some other issues that the public cares about as well.
Now, the committee will meet again on July 15th to discuss other issues with stormwater. The public's invited to that meeting.
The cancellation of Country Life Music Festival is a developing story we've been following for you since the news was announced last week. WMBD's Rachel Kay bought her tickets back in November and says getting your money back might not be an easy process. So, Rachel, what kind of problems can other ticket buyers expect?
Well, Paul, when I first emailed Country Life about a refund for my tickets, they directed me to my credit card company. But because I made my purchase over 90 days ago, my credit card company sent me back to Country Life. So I called the number listed in their email. This is what I heard.
Group is experiencing financial difficulties. Our office will be closed while we explore our limited options.
How can you get money back from a company that's closed for financial reasons? I went to Jessica Tharp, the Vice President of the Better Business Bureau.
We're going to use all the information that we have on the company to try to reach out to them and contact them.
Tharp recommends filing a dispute with the BBB. It's free, and if enough disputes are left unanswered by Blue Entertainment Group, the BBB would turn to the Attorney General's office.
The Attorney General's office is the law enforcement agency that would enforce any kind of law that may have been violated.
When I left the office, Tharp suggested I call my credit card company again, and this time I had better luck. Greg Jager, a credit card operations manager with CEFCU, explains that my answer changed based on the questions the customer service representative asked.
In most dispute situations, there always is a time frame that you have to file the dispute within, and in many cases, really probably in most cases, it starts with the date of the original transaction. That's when the clock starts running. This situation is a little bit different because it was an advance purchase for a future event.
So, when you call your credit card company, it's important for them to realize the clock in your case starts on the date of the cancellation. If they don't ask, tell them the situation.
What we need is additional documentation about when the cardholder was notified, how they were notified.
You may have to provide a copy of your email or a link to the canceled event's website, but you should be able to get what's called a chargeback, where the transaction is refunded back to your account. Jager says that at CEFCU, the process is the same for debit and credit card holders, but whatever bank or credit union issued your card, you'll want to contact them directly as opposed to going through Visa or MasterCard. Maria?
All right, Rachel, thanks so much. Now to a story we've been following for you. We've gotten our hands on the Asian carp study, the one Pekin City Council voted against making public. The study takes a look at bringing a processing plant to Pekin. It goes through the demands for the product and the environmental impact of the fish. But most importantly, it says with some work, the city would benefit from one, saying it would turn high profits for Pekin. But one city council member told us last week that's not enough.
The mayor himself said, well, it would bring jobs to the area. And I agree with that to an extent, but again, you have to kind of balance that out. Is that worth maybe kind of the stigma that comes from bringing in a plant such as that to the area?
Now, we did reach out to city council members along with Pekin's economic development coordinator. We haven't heard back yet, but we will put the entire document online for anyone to check out.
A story now from our Twin Cities newsroom. A lot of drama surrounding Bloomington's desire to develop more of its downtown. City council members question incentives and risk and have paused the project for now. WMBD's Jacob Peklo explains how they hope to get it going again.
Plan for redevelopment in downtown Bloomington isn't resonating so far with City Council.
What I would like to see is this process to be as predictable as possible, so we know what all the different avenues are.
On Monday night, council members said no to developer Jeff Gabelhausen's proposal to buy the land, tear down some buildings, and sell it to the city. But they don't want to give up on their quest to build in downtown entirely.
We want to leverage our assets to take full advantage of the growth in the international global economy.
The Front and Center building has been vacant for years, but council members believe it's not as simple as just knocking it down. They want to ensure that the city isn't limited or liable by whatever decision it makes.
We're not saying to the development world, we would like you to come into our community, into our downtown. We're narrowing that focus probably down to a single developer.
Some major questions still remain over the actual value of the Front and Center building. The city knows what the last buyer paid for it, but they have no idea what it's worth now.
So if you know specifically what you're getting, very precise in terms of square footage of apartments or retail space, you can make much better projections of the revenue you're going to get, and that revenue would be used to pay for the bond.
That is a crucial component for the city, as it wants to see profits as soon as possible.
There's no reason to continue to let these properties to be underperforming. And so the longer they are allowed to sit as underperforming properties, the more that we hurt the city's bottom line.
In Bloomington, Jacob Peklo, WMBD News.
Council members say one of the major hurdles remaining with any project is the fact that multiple people own the land. While there's no time frame for finishing a proposal, they'd like it done as soon as possible. Painkillers could soon be more difficult to abuse, the locking mechanism making prescriptions safer. But first, Chris?
It has been a gloomy day, a lot of cloud cover and even a few spotty showers. Will this stormier weather be heading our way? I'll have a full forecast and more coming up. Don't go away.
You're watching WMBD News at 6 in high definition with Paul Cicchini, Maria Chandler, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Fegler with sports. This is WMBD News at 6, Central Illinois proud.
The Lexus IS, as aggressive as it looks. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 IS 250 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
You can't predict the future unless you've got Frontier. You'll pay the same price for internet 3 years from now. Guaranteed. What else does your future hold? How about fast, reliable speeds and no contract? With Frontier, it's easy to see. The future's looking pretty darn sweet.
Get the deal of the future today. High-speed internet for just $19.99 a month with qualifying phone service. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
It's fun for all. You'll have a ball. The Steamboat Days Festival, June 18th through 20th on Peoria's riverfront. There's something for everyone, including carnival rides, special events, NASCAR simulator, and live music all 3 days. Steamboat Days Festival, June 18th through 20th on Peoria's riverfront.
Value. It's what you've come to expect from Kubota. Right now, come into German Bliss and get more value for less. Purchase a new Kubota L2501 DT tractor and get payments as low as $199 a month for 60 months. You can't miss with German Bliss.
Make the journey as extraordinary as the destination. The exquisitely designed Lexus ES and ES Hybrid. Unforgettable. Lease the 2015 ES 350 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
This portion of WMVD News brought to you by Seattle Sutton.
What's the best way to lose weight? Seattle Sutton's Healthy Eating. A family business since 1985, Seattle Sutton's guarantees weight loss, offering freshly prepared, delicious meals that are low fat, low cholesterol, and sodium restricted. Whether you're diabetic, have hypertension, or seek convenience, Seattle Sutton's is here to help. With no contracts or sign-up fees, eating healthy has never been easier. It's your life, your health. Take control. Call 800-442-DIET or visit seattlesutton.com.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority, WMVD's chief meteorologist, Chris Yates.
Welcome back. Still dealing with a good deal of cloud cover in and around central Illinois. Temperature-wise, can't complain, though. 79 degrees here in Peoria, and at least we are dry, though a lot of wet clouds currently sitting above the city. But temperatures in the lower 70s up north, upper 70s to near 80 down 2 hours south. Here's what we're dealing with, folks. We have more flood warnings ongoing all up and down the Illinois River. The river is expected to crest at about 25.5 feet by Saturday afternoon. That could allow, at least for some water, to overspill into portions of downtown Peoria, but they are taking action to mitigate some of that problem. And then the water level should begin to decrease as we go through the weekend once the rain finally begins to let up a bit. But Storm Tracker, we're rain-free for now. Just a lot of cloud cover out there. There is an approaching system off to our northwest that could drag at least a few more showers and thunderstorms our way. It's a cold front that'll begin to push off to the east here in the next few hours, and with it a better chance for some passing showers that'll be more hit and miss in nature, mainly after midnight tonight. So here's Future Track. We'll set it into motion. Skies mostly cloudy, and again a few spotty showers, but at least the way it stands now, mostly heavier rain chances are going to stay off to our south. Now your low temperature forecast, mainly around 70 degrees, upper 60s for Bloomington normal, 67 in Lake and 69 in Peru. Meanwhile, down south, temperatures hovering right around 70. Now for tomorrow, thanks to what's left of Tropical Storm Bill, we'll have some moisture from Bill working its way northward. That approaching cold front, we're going to see widely scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up again tomorrow afternoon. But with enough shear right along that front, we could be looking at a few stronger to severe storms working in right along the I-74 corridor. Now at this moment, the main threats will be heavy rain and gusty winds and perhaps some localized large hail events, but not a widespread severe weather event. I think that'll be more spotty in nature, and then by tomorrow evening, our rain chances begin to decrease. But as for our high temperature forecast, expected to be another warm one. It'll be a bit humid as well, with highs back into the lower to mid 80s, 83 degrees here in Peoria. All right, folks, this is what's left of Bill. Still a nice strong circulation with a lot of heavy rain now pushing into central portions of Oklahoma. But notice the track of the moisture moving in all around a ridge of high pressure to the northeast. But thanks to this cold front coming in out of the west, that is going to keep some of the heavier rains across southern portions of Illinois. So as far as our rainfall amounts here across central Illinois, generally an inch or less. Half inch to an inch and a half. Perhaps some heavier showers tomorrow could get you up to about that inch and a half. But notice the heavier rain showers and thunderstorms are expected to stay well to our south, which will help some of our flooding concerns. Here's your 8-day outlook. We'll give that to you through the rest of this week. A chance of showers and storms continues through Friday. Saturday looks dry. Bill should be out of the area. And then back into the upper 80s to near 90s Sunday and Monday with another chance of storms. And then hopefully we really begin to dry out towards the middle part of next week. Maria?
All right, Chris, thanks so much. New legislation is taking a stand for victims of sexual assault. The details on a bill looking to make sure they don't have to pay for medical bills after being attacked.
Would you get in a cab if you knew the cabbie had no license? Would you put your kids on a school bus if the driver had a poor driving record? Shouldn't you have the same requirement for the financial advisor who's handling your life savings?
Before you invest, check to make sure your financial advisor is properly licensed. Call the Illinois Secretary of State Securities Department at 1-800-628-7937 or go to avoidthescam.net.
Do it today. Protect your hard-earned dollars.
Here's something new.
Announcing the Sign and Ride event at your local Ford stores, where you pay $0 down, $0 due at signing, and $0 first month's payment on select new Ford models. It's never been easier to get into America's best-selling brand. So come get behind the wheel of the fun-to-drive Focus, or of the stylish and innovative Fusion. Now during the Sign and Ride event, lease a Focus or a Fusion with $0 down, $0 due at signing, and $0 first month's payment. Hurry to the Sign and Ride event, only at your local Ford stores.
Illinois is at a crossroads. Mike Madigan and the politicians he controls refuse to change. They're saying no to spending discipline, no to job-creating economic reforms, no to term limits. All they want is higher taxes. Again.
Change in Springfield isn't easy, but you didn't send me here to do what's easy. With your help, I'm going to keep fighting to grow our economy and fix our broken state government.
Drive and discover Sam Lehman's Spring Automotive Sell Down at the Northwoods Mall, Wednesday, June 17th through Saturday the 20th. Over 300 new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles are on sale at special one-time only low prices. Everything is on sale. Everything is priced to move. And everything is at one location, the Northwoods Mall. Do not wait. Drive and discover Sam Lehman's Spring Automotive Sell Down.
The Big Parade of Homes is coming up this weekend.
We always go.
I go. I want to go.
This is your chance to get inside beautiful new homes built by area home builders.
You're watching WMBD News at 6.
People who take prescription painkillers could see a change next year. State lawmakers proposed a bill asking for locks on the medication to prevent abuse. WMBD's Shane Gustafson is here now with a look at how that would work. Shane?
Paul, some are calling it the new child-proof lock. The State House unanimously approved the bill last night, asking for a locking cap for some painkiller bottles. The new lids look a lot like a padlock and require a combination to open. The goal is to prevent drug and substance abuse and prevent people from taking medicine that isn't theirs. The state legislator is asking the Department of Financial and Professional Regulation to run a one-year pilot program. They're also asking pharmacies to get on board with their plan. One addiction specialist I spoke with says they're happy the state is stepping in to help.
That's something that we always want. You know, we always want the community support and the state support in trying to help people with addiction. And even if it is just putting another obstacle in their way or in their path, it's definitely supportive of, you know, what we try to do every day here.
The bill now goes to the governor's desk where he'll review it. If it passes, it would take effect in 2016. Maria?
All right, Shane, thanks. A story from our Capitol newsroom. Sexual assault survivors are not supposed to be billed for any emergency medical services, but state lawmakers say some cases slip through the cracks. A new proposal could stop that from happening. It requires hospitals to set up new protocols so bills go to the right agencies. Bills should be paid through insurance companies, Medicaid, or the state's Sexual Assault Emergency Fund. They should never arrive at a victim's doorstep. The bill also requires hospitals to let victims know that they do not have to pay. All right, well, still ahead, Peoria's Sean Livingston went a long way before winning his first championship. Dan Malloy recaps his big performance in Game 6 next in sports.
This portion of WMBD News is brought to you by Goldfine and Bowles.
Recent changes in the Illinois Workers' Compensation Act continue to greatly affect an injured worker's rights. Now, more than ever, you need an experienced law firm to help you protect those rights and maximize your recovery.
We're available for a consultation at your convenience at any of our 3 Central Illinois locations, or we can come to you. If you've been hurt at work, let us put our experience to work for you.
Goldfine and Bowles. It's our experience that helps you win.
It's Mattress Firm's Sleep Happy Summer Sale. Get the hottest deals on the coolest mattresses, like Beauty Rest Firm Queen Sets for $499.99 and Sleep Happy with interest-free financing. Only during Mattress Firm's Sleep Happy Summer Sale.
Staying healthy is important. At IPMR, we're helping cancer survivors live healthy with our STAR program. Whether you've just been diagnosed, beginning or finishing up treatment, or experiencing late effects of unresolved issues, the team at IPMR will support you through your journey. Overcome the physical and emotional challenges that occur as a result of cancer and cancer treatment. Log on to IPMR.org to find out more about the STAR program. It's time for you to shine. Live well.
When you take a test drive at Belding Cadillac Buick GMC, extraordinary things can happen. Shelley of Chillicothe drove to a fabulous spa on her test drive of a Cadillac SRX. The SRX interior is designed for a serene, relaxed feel, as was her time at the spa. Sign up for a test drive today at BeldingGM.com and you could be our next test drive adventure winner. No one will save you more than Belding Cadillac Buick GMC, where he treats you like family.
See Disney Pixar's movie Inside Out on June 19th.
This is gonna be good.
And enter Mattress Firm's Sleep Emotions contest. To enter, go to mattressfirm.com/sleep emotions for a chance to win $5,000 and more. Only at Mattress Firm.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. And find your bonus tag and get an additional $1,000 to $2,000 cash allowance on select vehicles in stock.
See Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin for this great deal.
Steamboat Days Festival, June 18th through 20th on Peoria's Riverfront.
Now, your local sports with WMBD's Dan Malloy.
The St. Louis Cardinals are under the microscope this week for a significant cheating scandal. Not for blue-collar baseball crimes like stealing signs or throwing spitballs. The FBI is involved, alleging the organization engaged in corporate espionage by hacking their former division rival Astros database. I'm going to try to make some sense of this for you right now. According to Yahoo Sports, the federal investigation traced a breach in the database to a house in Jupiter, Florida. Now, that's the spring training home of the Cardinals. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch beat writer Derek Gould reports, in the Cardinals front office, many are lawyering up, and the Houston Chronicle says the FBI has identified 4 or 5 individuals specifically involved. The stolen data includes scouting reports, trade talks, plenty of other confidential info through the accounts of former Cardinal exec Jeff Luhnow, now the Houston general manager. The main question seems to be just how high did this knowledge of the hacks go? Because if it was just a few rogue individuals behind the hacks, Cardinals could just get a slap on the wrist. But if knowledge went all the way up the ladder to GM John Mozeliak, we're talking about something bigger than every New England Patriots scandal combined. Now, details are still limited, so the current Cardinals are largely out of the loop. But this is impossible for them to ignore.
They're paying attention because they're coming up and giving me the details that they have, which is, all news to me. But, where we are right now is we don't know any more than anybody else, and just kind of waiting to hear.
We are all waiting to hear Mr. Matheny. Now, he left Peoria 11 years ago as a top 5 draft pick before one of the most devastating injuries in sports history, and I mean that, put his entire future in jeopardy. But after 8 years of grinding to get back, Shaun Livingston reaches the NBA mountaintop, and he saved some of his best for last night. In the series-clinching Game 6, Livingston made up for the struggling Klay Thompson, logging 32 minutes. That's the second most he played in any game this year. The Peoria High School grad scored 10 points and locked it down on D, playing a big role in the 105-97 victory. He's the first Peoria-born player ever to win an NBA title. The end of the NBA and NHL playoffs has many already looking forward to football season. This week, many of the state's top high school seniors will wrap up their prep careers at this weekend's Illinois Shrine game. 2 Normal Community Ironmen will be on the sidelines Saturday at Illinois Wesleyan. Receiver David Boyd is headed to McKendree University in the fall, but he's excited to play one more game alongside his high school coach, Wes Temples.
It's a great feeling, you never know when your last game is going to be in that uniform, and it's just a great feeling to know I have one more game left in that uniform.
He's such a good kid, he's always got a smile, and to be out here one more time with him in a more of a laid-back scenario to where you can kind of have some fun and joke around, I'm looking forward to it, and it's something I'm sure we'll both remember for a long time.
That All-Star game will kick off Saturday at 1 o'clock in Bloomington. Briefly, the Blackhawks will celebrate their 3rd Stanley Cup in 6 years with the parade tomorrow, followed by a rally at Soldier Field. Those 65,000 free tickets were gone in a half hour. Finally, let's take one final moment to celebrate Riley Curry. The daughter of the regular season MVP Stephen Curry was undoubtedly the real MVP of NBA playoff broadcasts, but she's only 2 years old, so she was understandably pretty wiped out during the celebration last night.
She looks a little tired.
She is
my new favorite celebrity. I'm going to miss getting to see her every,
Well, I think you're going to be able to see her every year.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be some cool
She's going to grow up
memes
right in front of our eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Chris has a last look at your forecast right after this.
Here's what you can see tonight on WMBD, Central Illinois Proud.
Wednesday, June 24th. The social experiment that became a global phenomenon.
This is huge!
Returns.
Big Brother is back. Get up, let's go.
New house guests.
They have no idea what they're in for.
Bigger, better twists.
This is where you separate the men from the boys. Here we go.
And it all starts with an epic 2-night season premiere.
Hallelujah! Yes!
Julie Chen hosts the Big Brother season premiere, CBS Wednesday, June 24th.
UFS, famous for deals on Adams Street, downtown Peoria. 10 minutes from anywhere.
Just arrived. Mohawk Smart Strand Carpeting, now at UFS from $199 a square foot with lifetime stain warranty. UFS, your flooring headquarters, about 10 minutes from anywhere.
The big deal right now is at Green Chevrolet. You can buy a brand new 2015 LS Cruze for only $16,499. Now, if you got to finance it and the payment scares you, then lease it. You can lease an LT for $139 a month.
Or take $5,000 off a 2015 Equinox, and not just 8 or not just 10, but $12,000 off a Silverado LTZ, making it just $36,000, and that just happened.
You got to go green.
Get into Peoria Zoo, safari through Africa, and explore the African plains and more. Lions, giraffe, and rhinos await. Get into Peoria Zoo.
Peoria Siding and Window. It's the name Central Illinois homeowners have trusted for more than 35 years. Windows, doors, siding, roofing, sunrooms. We do it all. Start your worry-free home experience with one call to Peoria Siding.
Save 30% off our preservation siding and vinyl windows, available in dozens of colors and style combinations, backed with the best warranties in the industry.
Siding and Window. You've got a friend in the business.
All right, we've got more showers possible a little later this evening. Here's a look at that quick forecast. Temperatures dropping off to about 70 degrees for tomorrow. We're expecting high temperatures into the lower 80s. A chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the day, some of which could be a bit on the strong side with some gusty winds and heavy rain. Good news is I think we're going to have a nice rain-free Saturday, so that's a win for us.
Yeah, hasn't happened in a while. All right, thanks, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget, we're always available on air, online, and on the go.
And you can head over to our website, ciproud.com, and get the latest news on our app for your smartphone or tablet. We'll see you right back here at 10.